So it was at the end of, I think, the third day I was canvassing. So it was still a little bit green. It had been cold and rainy, and my teammates had just driven up in the car and they said, okay, let's go back to the office. We've had a long day. Let's go. And I kind of looked at my app and I realized there was one house left, one house up on the right. Like, ooh, you guys, would it be okay with you? Would you mind waiting? I just want to hit that one last house. And they're like, okay, there's probably nobody home, so it'll be quick. So I ran up, knocked on the door. This woman came to the door, and she was in the middle of doing research. She had her ballot. She had filled out everything except the one for the primary with Summerlee. And she said she was leaning towards Summerlee's opponent. So I asked her what issues were important to her, what she had been hearing, and I was able to kind of address all of these things. And then we shared some things in common. And, after 10 or 15 minutes, I don't know, there was something happening there. I think it was just perfect timing that I had come to her door and I was able to kind of help her with her research, but it was face to face. And so we're kind of going back and forth. She'd started out initially leaning towards Summer's opponent. And by the end of the conversation, I asked her again, okay, so do you think maybe you're a little more neutral now or maybe leaning towards Summerlee? And she said, no, I'm strong for Summerlee. And I was just like, I didn't do that. But once I left the door and I walked back to my teammates, I was just like, so that was an example of, if nobody had come to her door, if a canvasser had not had that face-to-face conversation with this woman, she would have filled out that ballot. It was her mail-in ballot because she was going out of town the next day. So she was doing it right then and there. And I was able to, connect with her on all these concerns and issues and kind of correct some of the misperceptions that she was hearing. And that was somebody who, they needed that canvasser, that face-to-face conversation. These conversations are what makes the difference. These face-to-face conversations are helping people vote, and they're helping people vote for the people that need to be in office. The conversations are making the difference. And when you go into it realizing there's a bigger cause, there's a bigger, more important mission than, how I might feel or my embarrassment or my awkwardness, all of that, achieving that is more important than, oh, do I feel a little nervous or am I going to look stupid a couple of times or whatever. That's, you remind yourself what's important. And right now in this moment in time, like to be a part of something that is so important in this small way. Yeah, I'm happy to sacrifice a little of my ego or whatever to, discomfort because I know it's making a difference and I don't have to be perfect or great or expert to do it. And man, it gives you such a good feeling when you've done it. It's so uplifting. Yeah, do it.